If you go to the Louvre or the Metropolitan New York, you see the world. And you can go back and back and back and back. You go to the Rijksmuseum and you see the Dutch masters. And you go once. And nobody wants to come back. So what Amsterdam Writers Platform is accomplishing is showing the world that we do have a living arts scene, an international arts scene here in Amsterdam. Because the world doesn't know that. It's a secret. So we're going to tell them. The world of the arts is 95%, if not more, populated by people who are talented but not yet lucky. There is no relationship between sales and quality. Almost all of the writers we have interviewed so far are refugees in a sense, washed up on these shores, come from other places where their creative energies could not flower as they do here. So far, they have all written world-class books. Perhaps not all of them have yet attracted attention. I find non-commercial art to be very exciting because it gives the greatest possible creative space to the artist. Here, he or she is not subject to the demands of a big budget. I can't think of anything more exciting to do. Before recently, I didn't understand just how powerful artists are, how powerful their work can be, and how much they have to struggle to produce their art. When I first arrived in Amsterdam in the mid-90s, it reminded me for all the world of the Greenwich Village in New York City that I came to in the mid-1960s, when I was myself a teenage refugee from New Jersey rushing to the big city for freedom. So the village was really at a time of great creativity in the 60s. This was before it got so expensive in New York. This was a time when there was rent control. People came to New York because it was cheap. People came to New York because there was lots of space available. When I first came to Amsterdam in the 90s, it reminded me of that certain kind of creativity, quirky things, unusual things that can exist where people are given the time, the space, and the capacity to do their work. It's a little less so now than it was 20 years ago, but this city still has that to some extent. And it's one of the few cities where it remains because most of the world's big cities were washed over by money, basically. They all became expensive. And this city a little bit less so. I'm interested in all the arts in Amsterdam, so if something is worth investigating, we will certainly do that.